Growing up in Mount Pleasant, Iowa, it's a town of 8,000 people. I graduated in 1982. In 81, I gave my life to Christ.
So I grew up in North Carolina, and being the handful of blacks in the school, it was a time of struggle, but also a time of growth for me.
I began youth pastoring. When I youth pastored in Des Moines, our white church in Des Moines over the years became very, very diverse. And God used those years. He started speaking to me about duplicating something like that. And we moved to Cedar Rapids. We started in '03.
We will be one people with one purpose in one place. Loving people, living with purpose, and learning our place in the body of Christ to make an impact in this city.
Moving to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, we got connected with this church called Shekinah Glory. God was speaking to my heart saying, I'd like for you to go take my gospel and preach my gospel. Accepted my call to ministry, became the youth minister at that church. And then in about 2003, God used that time to show me his plan, which was to become the pastor of Shekinah Glory. We renamed it Oak Hill Jackson Community Church because we really wanted to connect with the community. I'm so glad to be here at Oak Hill Jackson Community Church. I was just thanking God of the people that God had pulled together here at Oak Hill Jackson.
I started getting restless with this idea that this diversity thing isn't happening as quickly and as much as I wanted it to. I got frustrated.
We knew if we really wanted to impact the broader community in the way that we believe God was calling us to, we needed to reach beyond just the African Americans in the community and begin to work toward that. But I would say the success of that wasn't there.
So this tension began.
I got frustrated and wondered what's going on.
2014, I got frustrated and began to lose my way.
I became restless, and this was probably 2013, 14.
Honestly, you can ask our elders. I told them at one point that I was ready to move.
I began to think about, should I just focus on my career?
Because I didn't see it happening here, and I began to get very, very frustrated.
And that was probably a 3-year period.
3 years is when I began to really sense that tension.
If we were going to grow, we needed to get out of our current facility into another facility.
I got to that place of my last kind of engagement with my opportunity to do something different in another city. I'm going back to this city where I'm frustrated, and it was on that trip home that I called you out of the blue.
That was a period of time. That moment was a time where I knew God was up to something with us.
I don't know how much later it was that we actually really started getting together on a regular basis, and it began with a friend of ours.
Hey, I need to introduce you to this Pastor H.I.
Yep.
He had come into my life probably a month or two before I introduced you. Again, I was going through this period, and he began to speak into my life. There was something in my heart around trying to bring revival and renewal in this city, but I really didn't know how to do it. I didn't know what I was doing, and he came, and that night began to speak into my life. And I remember leaving there saying, okay, all right, maybe God isn't through with me here in Cedar Rapids. And then saying, hey, Pastor Daniel, I think you need to meet this guy.
Yeah, so you called me and said, hey, I got somebody that I want you to meet. And it was Pastor Ajay.
I remember some of our first early conversations with him is that we really wanted to experience and see God move.
Less than a year later, we were planning an Easter service together.
Yeah,
with 3 churches. That was Easter of 2017. One of the things that was led to the coming together for Easter and starting to see some of these Revive Me conferences that they would do from their ministry was we got together and we prayed every Wednesday. 3 different individuals from different cultures.
That God connected. I would say the relationship that was built out of us getting together on those Wednesday mornings. And
I asked you how it was going with the search for a new building that you guys were looking for because you had outgrown your building that you were in.
Some were way too small and some were way too big, but we were continuing to look.
And I said these words, well, that building wouldn't be too large if we merged our churches together.
I responded, are you serious?
Yeah. Could this be that thing that God is wanting to do here? I think we went the same week
Yes.
to our elder boards from Oak Hill and from Cedar Rapids Family Church.
It was as if God really was setting all this in place. All these years, these 14 years that both of us had pastored churches, these few years that we were frustrated and ready to give up. And so as God began to place on our hearts the thought of coming together, something sparked.
For the first time in probably 3 years, how renewed I felt. I really felt like I had been made new.
Yeah, and same here. There was so much excitement of what God was doing.
Well, even the staff from each church responded in such a positive way. Like they were making comments like, I'll do anything to be part of this, because I think they could sense the renewal in each one of us. They're like, something is going on. People told me, you seem lighter, you seem more vibrant, like there's more energy there. My own parents would say that. I think my kids noticed it.
Karen and the boys were like, there's something renewed in you.
Yeah.
A lot more energy and passion coming out. And this is very personal for you and for me, because I think about the renewal that he took both of us through. I want everybody to experience the renewal that I have gone through, because this is really about people finding their authentic relationship in Jesus. And that's when renewal happens.